grab some water right quick.
Welcome to Live in the Day with Jay.
And Trey.
Guys, welcome to yet another great show. And I cannot go on any further without saying that we got another surprise for you today. As you can see, we're joined by none other than the insurance sheriff, Mr. Anthony Gallant. Welcome to the
Howdy.
show, brother.
Howdy.
Mr. Gallant, I
Hey,
appreciate you coming
Jay.
back. I appreciate you coming back on the show, man.
Hey,
We need to get that important information out there.
hey, man. Anytime Jay and Trey wants me on this show, I will make myself available because there's so much information to share with the listening audience.
Yes. How's things going so far over there in that world right now since we
I,
last talked?
oh man, so many things that are happening, in the insurance world. Um, you know, we're trying to make sure that everyone understands the basic understanding of insurance and make sure they understand the coverages. Things are changing quite a bit. I think people are concerned about if they have the right coverages. They're concerned about what their rates are going to be and things of that nature. So
Hmm.
we've been doing a lot of customer education and making sure that people understand, making sure that they have the right coverage that meets their needs and protects their families. So education leads to understanding, and understanding leads to making the best decisions for you and your family.
Yes, man, I tell you. And right now, with the state of what the world is right now, with community after community and disarray, and just don't know which way to turn, I think right now you got to gravitate towards what is being given to you that's knowledgeable, that's going to help you get to the next level and protect your family and help somebody else protect their family also. So
Absolutely.
that's what you do.
That's what I do. You
That's
know,
what you
we
do.
we protect the dreams, and we make sure that we fulfill our promises to our policyholders. So that's what we do every day.
Yes.
That's what we do. So good news I'd like to announce, and this is a great opportunity for a lot of people who are looking for coverage from a great company.
Mhm.
Effective July the 1st, we will actually be decreasing our auto rates. Um,
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yay.
yes, yes. You understand that? Not increasing, decreasing our auto
yes.
rates effective July the 1st. So this is a great opportunity for individuals, who have their home and auto at two separate places. This is a great to come and get a free quote to see if we can be a better value for them. This is a great opportunity to take advantage of the fact that auto rates, our state farm, we will be decreasing our auto rates. Is a great opportunity to to just to see, to do an insurance checkup, through the insurance sheriff and his deputies.
That's right.
So
That's pretty awesome because
Mhm.
from what I understand, the state to like go up a little bit on certain aspects of auto insurance, and you guys are throwing a bone out there.
Yeah.
absolutely. We are, State Farm is committed to making sure that as we see the opportunities to give a decrease to our customers, that's what we're going to do. That's what we always done. We're not a publicly traded company, so we're not endeared to any stockholders or anything else like that. We're endeared to our policyholders and doing what's right for them. So,
Yeah.
we will be decreasing auto rates effective July the 1st. I encourage y'all to go to anthonygallant.com, come get your, come and bundle your policies, take advantage of all the discounts that we have available, and get a free auto quote. Quotes are probably one of the few things that are still free in this world today. So, so call to, why not? Just see, you know, to come shop with a local agent, someone who knows you. I know where you go to church. I know where you shop. I know where your kids go to play. You know, these are all important factors when you are, when you have someone protecting you and your family.
Yes. Now I know one of the commercials that run is with one of your deputies, Matthew.
Yes.
Call him short Matt for short.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah, and he talks about a little bit about the business aspect, what you guys offer on the business side, and I didn't even really know that that's one of the things that you offer.
Well, and you know what? And thank you, Jay and Trey, for helping me get the word out, because, making sure that everyone is knowledgeable of what we do offer is very important. And Matthew, sometimes I call him Macaroni. The stuff play around. Hey, Macaroni, what's going on? But Matt is our business line specialist. I mean, he will go through what protecting your business property, if you have a building, protecting your building, also providing that critical liability insurance that most businesses need in order to do business with other businesses. So we have a full line of businesses that we will underwrite, and Matt is absolutely the expert, along with myself, on business insurance, from barbers to beauty shops to ice cream shops to grocery stores to attorneys, real estate agents. I mean, we insure almost any plumbers, electricians, bricklayers, everyone. I mean, we have insurance available for almost every line of business, and we would love to have the opportunity to help the small business owner. Small business is a focus of State Farm. They are very determined to expand that line of business. So we have some very, very competitive rates. Commercial auto, we offer great rates. You have these plumbers, electricians, they have fleets of vehicles, HVAC companies. So, we have great rates available for them. So we'll love to talk to them about their coverages and protection for their businesses.
Wow. You're busy.
Yes.
Yeah, we do a lot.
You're busy. And I feel you when you say you're community driven, and because the community definitely feels that. You have your hands in a lot of community events, which I absolutely adore, because there's not too many businesses in the area that embraces the community the way Anthony Gallant State Farm Insurance Agency does. And man, I tell you, that's such a blessing for this community.
Well, I tell you, Jay, that is probably fabric of my business, and is a very important business duty for us. I truly believe in investing back in the community. I truly believe in educating the community. I truly believe in sponsoring other groups that provide educational assistance to the community. Yeah. So I can't do it directly all the time, but indirectly I can. So I like to, partner with like the Links. I like to partner with the African American Museum of History and Culture. I love to partner with the backpack program that provides meals to kids who can't get meals at home.
Right.
So these are some things that I'm very passionate about. Hey, bro, I was one of those kids growing up that, we didn't have, we needed assistance growing up. So I always said, before and after that, when I'm in that position, I'm going to make sure I do my part to help someone else out. So I'm a big believer in that. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just so natural for me. And it's a core business, element of my business plan and my existence.
Yeah.
giving back
Oh,
to the
yeah.
community
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
educating the community.
Yeah. That makes up who you are. And I mean, you can clearly see that your care for your fellow mankind,
Yes.
it just flows naturally in you, and that shows. And and that's why I tell people you should get to know someone. Um, really get to know someone before you formulate any kind of opinion about them,
Right.
because you never know, what road that person has walked,
Yeah.
and man, I can tell you some stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Can
get
tell
it.
you something too, brother.
I
I
get it.
tell you, and I tell people just because things don't didn't may not have started right, whatever that
Mhm,
means, that's
mhm.
not your story. That's not the end of
Yeah,
your story. It's just the
that's right.
beginning. So
That's
don't
right.
use that as a crux for not, achieving or going after something.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
well, I went after it and it didn't work out. Well, guess what? Learn from it and try again. You
yeah,
know, you
Right.
know, and that's, like I tell my daughter that all the time. She's in medical school. She's a heck of a lot smarter than me, but she has her trials and tribulations. And I say, hey, as long as you learn from a setback, you
yeah.
actually won. You are a winner. And the only way
Yeah.
you lose if you don't try again.
If you
Because
don't try again,
hopefully
that's
what
right.
you did not, what you learned from that setback is how to move forward the next time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
and that's so important. That's one of the most important lessons that anyone can learn in their life. And another thing that I really now hope a young person is hearing this,
hmm,
just because an opportunity might have passed you by, it doesn't mean that there won't be other opportunities right around the corner.
Right.
that's
You
right.
know what? Always like I tell my daughter, I use my daughter, I reference her a lot, but she would call me, she said, Dad, I didn't do well on this presentation. I said, that's okay. Learn from it because you'll have another opportunity to screw up again.
That's right. That's
So,
right. That's right.
right.
That's right.
Just be prepared, better prepared for the next time. That's
That's
it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's a golden lesson.
yes, because sometimes young people, they feel like, oh, if it doesn't work out this time, it's over. No,
It's
it's not
over.
over.
That's done.
It's just the
Yeah.
beginning. It's going to
Right.
work out. You will have plenty of opportunities
That's
as
right.
long as you keep putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
So,
So when you meet new customers that come to you, and you get a chance to sit down and talk with them a little bit about um, the business and what benefits they will garner from uh, getting insurance or any help that you guys offer, do you sometimes find yourself seeing very quickly that there's a lot of work that has to be done out there because people just don't know what is really out there for them when it comes to um, insurance, what 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 it all offers, how you can gain from it, how you can, you know, lose if you don't have it, and this, that, and the other. Do you ever see that?
oh, every day, every day. I that's why one of the things that I encourage all my team members to do is to make sure that we explain to everyone what these coverages actually do for you, and make sure you give them scenarios, tangible scenarios that they can relate to, so they can know how this coverage will work in this particular circumstance. One of the
Yeah.
biggest things that we like to talk to people about is the liability insurance,
Mm,
because a lot of times, hey, you have liability insurance. Liability insurance is not for you; it's to protect the other person if you cause the accident or you
right.
hurt someone. So
Right.
one of the things that we like to ask people, how would you feel if you got into a car accident and you were at fault, and unfortunately, um, say there was a resulted in some type of death? Well, your liability insurance is going to pay that person that you injured.
Mm-hmm.
Now, suppose it was reversed, that
Mm,
it was your fault and you didn't make it through the accident, who's going to pay your family? So
Yeah.
just making sure people understand these type of things and understand what
Yeah.
the coverages actually do and what their intentions are, so we can better educate them on what their gaps may be within their family portfolio, and
Yeah.
give them options. We don't I never tell somebody what they should do. I give you options of what you can do. Now
Yeah.
that you make the decisions.
You
And
know what amazes me? What amazes me is those people that still continue to ride and drive around without any insurance.
oh man, it
Mm.
is, and I tell you, that's what I love about the state of North Carolina. Obviously, they require you to have liability insurance. That's the,
Mm.
you have to, at least they're making sure that, hey, if you don't want to make sure that your vehicle is taken care of, make sure that you have the means to provide for someone else if you
Yeah.
are at fault for an
Yeah.
accident. So I love the fact that that's required and it is mandatory. Um, and that's why we also explain to people there are things within the policy that can protect you for those situations where someone
Yeah.
doesn't have insurance.
Mm.
So just explaining all those things to everyone so everyone can understand what underinsured and uninsured motorist coverage would actually do for you, because there are a lot of people driving around here without insurance.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. So now, God, there's so many different insurance agencies out here. Do you ever go to like conferences where there's like multiple different agencies, and you guys converse with each other, and just note take with each other to what each other's doing?
To be honest, typically no. Be honest with you, we because State Farm is more of a, we underwrite the majority of our own businesses, so
Ah,
we're gonna do we're gonna have our own underwriting rules and things of that nature. So we
okay.
really are self. Now there's a lot of interaction between the different State Farm agents, because we have different way. A lot of every agency has a different way of doing things. Even though
Okay.
we're under one umbrella, we still are all 1099 independent contractors, where we run our business separately and differently
Right.
from each
Right.
other. So
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you the last time you was on the show, has the insurance sheriff met Jake yet?
I have met Jake on
Yeah.
several occasions.
Wow.
Oh man, when he at our national convention in Las Vegas a few years ago, he was there. I met him there, and at our chairman circle recognition. That's a recognition within State Farm that my office typically obtains. We have like
Right.
19,000 agents across the United States. Only about 900 of them become Chairman Circle agents, and this
Wow.
little short sheriff is one of the 900. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
so Jake he will be at those conferences and things of that nature. So
Wow. Jake lucked out, man.
Yeah.
Jake lucked out. But he ain't got nothing on the insurance
Right.
he
sheriff.
got nothing on the sheriff now. No,
That's right.
sir. No.
He ain't got nothing on the sheriff.
No,
Hey,
not the
if
sheriff.
you can we take a little break real quick, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk a little bit more about these coverages and how effective it is for the consumer out there who is really needing to get things together on their end. Is that cool with you?
That's cool with the sheriff. You
All
better come
right.
back.
All
Ow.
right, guys, we'll be back in just a minute. We are joined by the insurance sheriff. You guys are definitely, and I mean definitely, listening to Live in the Day with Jay.
And Trey.
We'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Yes, that's fun.
Welcome back to Live in the Day with Jay.
And Trey.
Guys, if you are just joining us, we are visited again by none other than the insurance sheriff, Mr. Anthony Gallant, State Farm Insurance Agency in Gastonia, North Carolina. And for you guys that are wanting to see the stream, I don't know what happened with Facebook stream, but we're streaming. Listen, well, that's the Facebook stream right there. We are, we are. Give me a second, guys. Let me get all that out of the way. But anyhow, we are on YouTube Live right now. We're on Facebook Live right now. We're on RiversideFM.com right now live. And for those of you that gets to listen on Dial Radio, you know you're listening. Real quick, before we jump back in to what it is that we are talking about, hopefully real soon, guys, we will be on another platform along with Riverside FM. We will be in conjunction, and the shows are going to start playing on iHeartRadio, that is.
Yeah.
They're going to be on iHeartRadio starting Thursday. So you'll be able to go on iHeartRadio and listen to the show, this very show. You'll be able to listen to it on iHeartRadio. And then the other shows, the weeks to come, will be streaming live on iHeartRadio as we are streaming them right here now on Riverside. So got a lot of good things going on with this show, and it's steadily growing. I know you guys miss Blog Talk because I get a lot of that, but there's life after there's life after Blog Talk. You know, we're on Riverside right now, and Riverside is like really doing some things, and I really appreciate the love out in Bakersfield, California. You guys have found the show, and you continue to show us that you support the show.
Yes.
So
Thank
I
you,
really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So getting back to the insurance share.
Yes, sir.
Man, I tell you what, hey, that commercial cracks me up. it cracks me. I giggle every time I see it or hear it. It cracks me up. It cracks me up. I think it's the perfect thing for you. It fit you so well, and it fit the brand, and it fit your office, and it fit all of the deputies that are working in there. I love it.
Well, Jay, one of the things I learned this from this guy Jesse. Jesse, branding and marketing, it's not about who sees you; it's about who remembers you.
Yes,
and you have to do things, because as you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of different insurance companies out here. Travelers, Liberty Mutual, Geico, Progressive, Allstate, Nationwide, Farmers. I go on and on. So you have to do things. I believe 100% in my product. State Farm is the #1 auto insurer and home insurer in the country. So one of the things so I can make sure that people have opportunity to take advantage of this great product that State Farm offers, is that we have to do things to distinguish ourselves, to make sure that people remember us. So make sure that when they do think about insurance, somehow, some way, I'd like to try to make sure I'm top of mind. Do you want to call the insurance sheriff? Because, not only do you want to call the insurance sheriff because he has the little corny commercials and all that, but he knows that they have a product that people can trust. He does business with integrity. He supports his community, and he has a team of people working in his office that are professional, courteous, and humble, and they listen to you. So we can match you with the best product to make sure that your family and your loved ones are taken care of.
Yes. And that you're all that, brother. You're all that.
Right. We love it and we enjoy it.
You and your office are
our #1.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Thank y'all.
They're awesome.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to meet up with you Friday morning, but we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
So getting back to the insurance now, when when an individual comes in and let's say that they have lost their insurance with the carrier that they are with or was with, and they need insurance, but they don't know how to go about or what to get with you guys. Walk us through that frantic customer coming in.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is obviously hey, we're going to make sure that the biggest thing that we do is that we don't talk, we listen,
Yes.
we
Mm,
ask questions so
mhm,
we can understand what that customer needs or wants. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's one of the most important things that we do. And I encourage my people and myself to always do. Let's just ask some leading questions and be quiet and listen
mm, mhm,
Mhm.
so I can understand, so we can have a better, clearer understanding of what they actually need and what they're trying to protect. So, that's one of the first things that we do. And then, we go through the application process where we ask every question on the application. We make sure that if they need full coverage on the car, which means they have comprehensive and collision coverage,
mhm,
we make sure that we understand that. We explain to them what deductibles are, how that impacts your premium.
mhm,
We also go through the liability conversation again. As I said earlier, liability is something that we try to make sure people understands the importance of that, because
mhm.
having the right liability limits can protect you and your family if in case you are ever in a situation where you are at fault for an accident, that you have enough liability coverage to make sure that your assets aren't put at risk, because that's a potential. Your assets can be put at risk if you don't have the right amount of liability insurance. So we try to make sure we explain that to customers. And then, once we submit the application, it goes through our underwriting. And then hopefully everything comes out so we can provide them with the coverages that they need based on our conversations with them and making sure that they're comfortable and understand their coverages. That's the biggest thing for us, making sure people understand their coverages, um, and making sure they know what it will and will not do.
Mhm.
Um,
Now, for that parent that has the new inexperienced drivers, um, I remember when we were um, dealing with you know finding insurance that was going to accommodate you know my boys. I have one that had both of them got licensed. One never drives, and the other one he loves to burn the road up. And
Yes. Oh.
and
oh Lord, I don't want to
I
guess which one you're talking.
oh I can tell you right now, you will probably know which one loves to burn the road up.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I I was really nervous because I had heard all these horror stories about how expensive
It was
it
going
was
to
going to
be.
be. And then when I met you guys, man, hey, it it really made me rethink everything I have ever been told about uh insurance with young kids, this, that, and or kids starting out driving. It made me change everything that I
Yeah,
thought.
and we unfortunately we have a lot of insurance experts who don't have an insurance license out there. So
Mhm,
we try to
mhm,
make sure that we discuss the facts with people, about the reality of everything, how that inexperienced operator surcharge initially works and how it decreases over time. So,
mhm.
all those things unexplained. Well, unless you're talking to someone who's in the field, they're not going to understand how that works.
Right.
How it decreases every year to gain a year of experience, and other discounts that you might be able to apply to help offset some of those initial costs. So we go through the full thing. We try to find the best value for our customers without compromising coverages or anything else.
I totally get that. I
Yes.
totally get that. Now, we're in okay, you know how Florida's in like a hurricane area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What area is this for us here in this area?
Well, in North Carolina, it's a pretty, it's like you said, you got Florida and the coastal areas, lots of hurricanes, susceptible to a lot of hurricanes, Mississippi land, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, tornadoes, and Kansas, Missouri, so, California earthquakes. So, North Carolina really doesn't have that, you know, natural catastrophe situation.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? We now things can happen, but it's not is more unusual. If I had to explain anything for North Carolina, I would say we're in the wind and hail
Yeah.
area because that's what causes most of the homeowners damages is wind and hail. But as far as being labeled with a if you live here, I live here. We're pretty lucky from that standpoint and not to be labeled or have a major hurricane threat all the time or have a
Mhm.
major tornado threat all the time,
Yeah.
or major blizzards all the time, like some areas, or major earthquake situations all the time.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So we're pretty fortunate from that standpoint.
And those are significant things, even for the viewers and listeners that that don't live around here. Those are things that you need to really take in consideration when you are uh,
Thinking about
seeking
home.
coverage
Yeah,
and
homeowners insurance.
and buying a home and
Mm.
Yeah,
all that good stuff, because you never know what happened.
Right.
you never know what happens. You never know what
Yeah, Helena
happens.
came through here and just wreaked havoc, so
Yeah,
we wasn't expecting
yeah,
that.
um, and that was a very unfortunate situation.
Yeah,
Mm.
A lot of people were impacted, and and it was just a very unfortunate situation.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was. It was. Now, so the insurance share.
Yes, sir.
How many requests do you get out in the community to come and speak with that hat on?
Oh man, I get a lot of requests to speak. I get a lot of requests to do motivational speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and as far and insurance speaking. Also, I love talking to young kids, um, because they're very impressionable, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and sometimes it helps for people to see people that looks like them who have been fortunate enough to have some measure of success.
Yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy doing that. I love to wear my sheriff hat when I go and speak because it's just if I'm going to say I'm the sheriff, I have to be in sheriff mode most of the
yeah,
time.
man. Hey,
There's a
it's
lot
so
of hey, there's a lot of crooks out here. I got to
that,
be sure.
Oh gosh.
I got to I got to make sure I protect my customers, my policy holders.
Right.
you're right. There's some crooks out here. You are right about that. But I absolutely love it, man, because I think you are so important for the community. And as I talk on this show and I tell people, you know, it's okay to receive, and receive, but at some point in time, the community has to give. We have to give back to you, because you've been a workhorse, you've been a trailblazer in this community, and you're not even from here.
No, not. But I love this community, and
Yeah.
I've gotten some great support from this community. And I appreciate I appreciate all your words. From Jay and Trey, I appreciate it. And
Hmm.
we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I have a great relationships with the Baptist Association here in Gaston, a
Okay.
great relationship with them.
Hmm.
The faith based community has been very, very friendly to the Anthony Gillon State Farm Agency. We partner on a lot of different things.
Hmm.
Mm.
I've had the opportunity to work with Dot Guthrie in the African American Museum. That
Hmm.
has been a big, something that I'm very proud of.
Hmm.
Um, so proud to work on the backpack, be on the board for the backpack program because, like I said, man, there's nothing worse than a child going to school hungry and
Oh,
or coming to going home and don't have anything to eat on the
I know
weekend.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. I was one of those
Yeah.
individuals. So,
Right.
I really, really, really love being involved with things like that. Um, the Dream Center here in Gastonia, I'm starting to get more involved there.
It's a
The
great
Boys and Girls
organization.
Club,
Mhm.
again, any place that helps educate our young folks, I want to make sure that we're a part of that. Senior
Yeah.
citizens, I love going to talk to the senior citizens about, different things and answering questions. I like to make it a safe community or a safe environment where people can ask a question they always wanted to ask, but too afraid to ask.
Too afraid to ask because they
And
think it's not a good question.
right, you know what I mean? And it's probably a great question,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
probably the greatest question to
and
get of the day.
Right.
exactly,
You know.
and again, like I always reference back my daughter. I said, sweetheart, any question you have on your mind, ask it, because I guarantee you, the person sitting in front of you, behind you, next to you, they want to ask it too, but are too
Yes.
afraid to do it.
Yes.
And just do
Yes.
it. And
Right.
everybody be like,
Because you're never gonna find out unless you ask.
exactly, exactly.
Now,
And
for someone to become a licensed insurance agent, what process would they have to go through?
well, yeah, it's not a difficult process. I don't think it is, but you have to do 40 hours of pre-licensing work.
Mhm.
Then you take your once you finish that process, then you take your state exam. Then you have to pass the state examination. Once you
Okay.
pass the state examination, then you are really eligible at that point in time to go and apply for positions with any insurance company that you choose, or any insurance agency that you choose to be employed by. You
So,
know,
so if you go and you take one of the if you take the state exam to become a licensed insurance agent, and you don't pass it, unfortunately, is there a limit of how many times you can try to take it in the
there's no
state, or
limit. You just got
do
this.
you have to pay each and
You
every
got to pay
time?
every time. Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Boy, that's just like teaching then.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
just
You have
like
to pay.
teaching.
You have to keep paying. And
I bet it's not as much as the teachers' exams, and then it might be,
yeah,
but man, you pay enough of those 150, $160
yeah.
exams, you're gonna learn real quick.
You learn real quick, but do some studying, right?
Yes.
You'll learn real quick.
Yeah,
And I think that's pretty awesome. And I think the young kids need to know those things because they don't, they don't. And
they don't.
I'm really toying with the idea of putting together some sort of job fair, but just more than a job fair. This is going to be like a informational, knowledgeable career type of event, and I'm gonna talk to you a little more about
Yeah,
that.
please do, because that
Yeah,
would be, I mean, because insurance is, I tell you, I have truly enjoyed this. I mean, I enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy the business. I enjoy knowing that I'm providing a critical service for people, and we're doing it in an ethical,
mm-hmm,
uh, clean way.
mm-hmm.
And I tell you, I have personally been, the victim of other people not doing things the right way.
Oh
um
yeah,
and that has kind of, that in the beginning, that was a hurt, but you know what, we kept going. With State Farm, we're going to do it the right thing. And
right,
sometimes everybody doesn't like when things are, the right thing, but we're going to
right.
do the right thing. And we're going to do it the way that's going to be in the best interest of the customer. And
That's all
that's
right.
what I love
Yeah,
about State Farm.
and that's exactly the 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 level of professionalism that you guys show now, whether you're in the office or out of the office, out in the community. That's just the level of professionalism that you stand for, and I really really appreciate you for that,
Well,
because it's not too reputable
professionalism.
people out here.
Yeah, and we are, I stress my team. We meet weekly, and one of the things we're talking about, I don't care if it's the biggest or smallest customer. Everybody going to get treated the same way. We're going
Yeah,
to treat them with respect, empathy, and we're going to be honest, and we're going to do it the right way. I
mhm,
mean, there's no other way. from my
Right.
perspective,
Right.
and that's how we're going to do business, and that's why people feel good about doing business with us. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to know,
Right.
and then
Right.
and I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to give you options of what you can do, and
And
I think
make
that's
your
very
own choice.
empowering for the customer.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
them make the decision based on. We'll give you the options based on what we learned from what your needs are.
So I'm going way left field. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I'm the youngest of five.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Are
yeah,
everybody spread out, or
yeah.
'cause
Kind
I
of.
know you love. I know you go to Georgetown to see your mama, and
Oh yeah,
I don't
I go
blame you.
see Mama. I'm
Yeah.
a mom. I am a mama's boy, and
Oh,
that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
One day when we offline we'll talk about it. If we want
Yes,
to talk about
sir.
it on the show in the future, we could talk about it. But I'm
Yes,
a
sir.
mama. Hey, Radio World, I'm a mama's boy. I'm gonna
Hey,
tell
nothing
you
wrong with
that,
that.
no.
Ain't nothing
and
wrong with that.
I'm gonna tell you something. And that's why I love my wife so much because she has embraced my mother just as much as I embrace her,
Yes.
and that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And so I have two older brothers and two older sisters,
Okay.
we're pretty close knit family.
That's all right.
Mm.
That's all right. You need to ship him a hat. You need to
Uh,
ship. You need to
no,
ship.
I told they got to come down here and work and earn it. My
Yeah.
deputies get upset about that.
Ship him a hat, and all y'all zoom on there with all them hats on there.
Oh my goodness, right? That'd be awesome, right?
I love that area down there in Georgetown, man.
Yeah, man, I love it too, man. I love it down
It's
there.
awesome. I love that area. We haven't been in a while, have we? We need to get down there.
Yes.
We got a big anniversary coming up in June. So
Well,
yeah.
let me. I could give you some great recommendations on some great places to go and some great seafood and some great soul food down there,
I'm
man.
gonna be reaching out to you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there's
be
some
reaching
great
out to
places
you
down there, man. Great
because
places down there.
I envy you sometimes when I see
Oh,
you on a boat here. I see you on a boat there. I see you on a plane here. I said, Lord have mercy, I just need to get in one of those suitcases.
oh man. You know what? You know what? That's a testament to my staff. I have such my people are so good at what they do.
Yeah.
I'm just the coach. I'm just the providing resources. These guys do all the heavy lifting of taking care of the customers, making sure they have the right policies and things of that nature. They are just great. Um, from B, my office manager, she's been with me for 13 years. I told her, I said, look here, if you ever leave me, I'm quitting the business too. All right, because she's very valuable. So I have some great team members. They do a great job. They love doing what they do, and hopefully their personalities reflect a little bit of mine too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I don't want to let the cat out the bag too much to all the listeners, but I think Gift want to play some tunes on your next commercial. So
Oh man!
we gonna put it together.
Oh
We gonna put it together.
man!
I'm gonna have them bring us acoustic out. So we can
Oh
live in the moment.
man!
Yeah.
Oh golly! I would be honored to have the gift
Yeah.
playing on my man. Oh,
Yeah. We gonna make it happen. I
oh
got a
my
lot of
God!
little tricks up my sleeve
Oh
that I'm
man,
getting ready to expose to you. And man,
man! God,
like always,
it's just been a blessing connecting with Jay and Trey, man. I'm
I
telling you,
mean,
man. I really
we
appreciate
appreciate
y'all
you.
guys.
Thank you.
We
Yeah, I really
appreciate you.
do.
You have no idea how much we appreciate you.
I really
We
do.
got so many things going on in the community. The gift, and he's getting ready to graduate next week, and then my oldest son, the one that come and done some of the commercial stuff for us,
Yeah.
he's got a lot going on right now in his tech world, which is a whole nother story. That's
Yeah.
the gamer world is a whole nother world,
Oh,
man.
I bet, man. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. I can't
oh,
even imagine. I
it's
can't
like
even
oil and
imagine.
water sometimes, you know. But I truly appreciate the time that you take to come on this show, educate people, and just show them, you know, that you guys are out here making things happen for the community and for those people that just need that extra help, man. I appreciate you for that.
Well, I
I
thank
really
God that
do.
I had the opportunity to do that. And again, we we really treasure our policyholders and our customers. We treasure this community, not just the Gaston County community, but the Charlotte, the entire state of North Carolina. I mean,
Mm,
we treasure. We do business all across the state, so we treasure our people. And again, I'm fortunate to have a team of people working with me that care about the business just as much as I do, and that's
yes,
so important
Mhm.
yes,
for them. So, and I want to give a shout out to the Gastonia Ebony Fest coming up on June 14th and June 19th.
Mm.
yes,
Just
Yes.
be there.
yes,
Oh yes.
That's another
yes,
big event that the Anthony Glenn State Farm Agency supports. So looking
yes.
forward to having a big turnout during those
Yes,
2 days.
and we need a big turnout this year.
Yes,
We need a
yes,
big positive turnout. And
yes,
not only do we need a big positive turnout, but out of that turnout, we need some new positive ideas and beginnings that's going to even shape the communities even more
Mhm.
absolutely,
than what's
absolutely,
being done right
Yes.
now. And it
absolutely,
starts with all of us putting our first foot in and just doing what we need to do to make sure that thing happens.
absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
sir. Brother, I appreciate you coming on the show
All right,
again.
all
I
right.
truly appreciate you coming on the show. Is there
Hey,
anything you want to leave them with?
hey, bang, bang, bang.
Oh
Hey,
gosh.
hey, look. If you want a local down home, we meet you where you are. State Farm Agency. Call the Anthony Gallant, the insurance sheriff, at 704-853-8001. We'll love to take care of you and love to do business with you.
That's
Bang,
right.
bang,
Right.
bang.
And that's from the insurance sheriff.
Absolutely.
Brother, I appreciate you coming on the show.
All right, brother.
Please, you got a platform here. Anytime that you want to come on this show, you can come on this show. This
Ah,
show is
man.
for you. It's
Jay and
for
Trey,
you.
appreciate you.
Yes. Thank
All
We
you.
will connect again, my brother.
right. Take care, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Guys, number to call. Well, it ain't a number to call, is it? I keep saying that.
Yes.
And I keep forgetting that we ain't got the live line yet. But that live line is coming, y'all. It's coming real soon. And we will, y'all, I just dropped something. So and we will and we will be definitely opening that line, and it's going to be a really good time when we start doing that. So we hope that you guys will be able to join us then. We're going to take a quick break, I think. Yeah, I think that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to try to close out the show. And I don't know what's going on with my audio, but I got some audio issues going on right now. So I'm going to let Trey talk to you while I figure out my audio issues. No. Why are you looking at me like
I
that?
just looked at you.
You want to talk to the people?
Hello, people.
Really? Really?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, join us for the show Thursday. I will be making a promo real soon, and we're going to talk about who's coming on the show then. And hopefully, we'll have the show stream again Friday. And I'm toying with another Saturday show to see what we can get done on a Saturday.
All right.
Um, I we are really having some audio problems right now. So, but we want to tell you guys we appreciate you continuing to support the show. Please continue to support the show because it means a lot. And if you haven't told anybody you love them, tell them you love them because you never know when you will not be able to see them again. And we love you guys with the greatest love we know. It's the love of God because He gives it to us each and every day. So, with that being said, We will see you guys on the next show. I don't have no outro music. That's making me mad. But anyhow, we will see you guys on the next show. You guys have definitely been live in the day with Jay.
And Trey,
Peace.
peace.